Why do you make me do this? It's all right.
All right, so here we go. We got Supermom over here and Bryson. Kelsey, thank you so much for making the time. Excited to jam and catch up.
Thanks for coming out here.
Yeah, so Kelsey, let's just start with what has motherhood been like as a business owner, a rock star head coach, all of the above?
It's been great. It's been a lot, to be honest. I think it's just we just do it, and I think that you don't realize what motherhood is until you sort of are thrown into it. And so just like our typical day, my husband coaches morning classes, and so I'll have like 2 or 3 personal training sessions to do, and we just strap Bryson on and we get to work, and half the time he's crying in the beginning and then he just knocks out and falls asleep, and then we have 1 or 2 group classes, and then we feed in between and we go hour by hour.
This is so incredible. I mean, you're even like one-handing feeding while we're getting started this podcast, Kelsey. It's very, very impressive. I can't imagine. Just being a gym owner and a business owner by itself has full workload. So that's amazing. How has it been? Like, can you see if he's like, is he watching yet? I know he's so young. Is he attentive?
Yeah, he like traces people. So if people like walks past, he'll like see people, or he'll just like, he loves movement. So like obviously in the gym, he just loves it, which is distracting when he needs to fall asleep. But he loves people. He loves seeing everybody. I think he loves coming to the gym because everyone loves him.
Yeah, let's go.
Gives him them attention. So he likes the gym even more.
That's amazing. Yeah, being greeted by a big old smile when I met him was amazing. It's good to finally meet him. Kelsey, let's just kick back in the beginning. All right. So if anybody watching, Kelsey, you've been an owner now for how long?
Almost 2 years.
2 years. Yep. And then, what got you into fitness to begin with? Like, where did your fitness journey start?
Yeah. So like most people, started in athletics. So I did anything gymnastics, cheerleading, basketball, volleyball, from a very young age. And then my junior year of high school, I actually was diagnosed with scoliosis. And so I opted to have back surgery. So I have rods and screws in my back. Following that was 3 months of a back brace. And so I sort of afterwards prioritized body movement. And because I couldn't move during those 3 months, sort of just realized like that having a surgery or injury doesn't mean that you can't do what you love and optimize your body movement and gaining muscle more than ever. So that's sort of how my fitness journey sort of started, just with sports, and then unfortunately a surgery, but then jumping right from there, getting into weight training, more interval training, and then finally ending up at TRVFIT afterwards.
Yeah. How did that happen? How did you end up at TRVFIT?
So it's actually at another gym working out there. I followed someone on social media who actually owned a TRVFIT in a different location, and how social media works.
Yeah.
There was an ad that came up saying that there is actually a TRVFIT opening, this one, like 14 days from when I saw it and stuff. So it actually ended up being their grand opening. And so I got my husband and my brother-in-law to like, hey, let's check out this gym. It's 10 minutes away. Joined in for their free month of grand openings. And then after that, have been there ever since. So I've been there since the beginning.
So you were a founding member?
Yep.
Wow, that's so amazing. And something that worth noting before we go too deep is like you and Gary are young business owners. Do you mind sharing your guys' age?
Yeah, so I'm 28, almost 29, and then my husband's 29.
That's amazing. Yeah. So now a couple years in ownership, first baby, all the above. You actually had a new puppy as well.
Yeah,
right?
So we got a puppy. It was actually not this past endeavor, but the one before that. We were looking to get a puppy. I changed jobs where I was at home a lot for owning the gym, doing work, and I sort of got like, not depression, but just like you're by yourself all the time. And so I was like, can we get a dog? So after a lot of argument and bartering with the price of the dog, this breeder, I have a bunch of friends who go through her. It was actually in Ohio, like right over the border. And so we're already like halfway there with Endeavor. And so we went to Endeavor. We went to PetSmart afterwards.
Oh, literally you left Endeavor. I vaguely remember this now. Yeah.
We left Endeavor. Had bought like a cage at PetSmart or something, and went down there the Sunday of, picked up the dog and drove back. So
Wow.
he's almost 2 now. So he's
Amazing.
still a puppy.
Yeah.
Love him to death. He's still a puppy.
Yeah, from the outside, I mean, just bring this up where it's like, it seemed like you had just gotten a puppy, then you got news of being
Yep,
pregnant, and
yep.
then you had your firstborn, like all of the
We
things.
we
So,
tried to space it out. He's
yeah.
not a COVID baby,
Okay.
but so
Okay.
he knows people. But yeah, we're like, if we can plan certain things, let's try to plan it. We've tried our best.
Yeah,
So
amazing.
yeah,
So I just acknowledge all that just out of respect
yeah.
of how much you juggle, and
Well, I
amazing
appreciate it.
job.
We
Yeah.
do it.
And this facility is super, super special. We've
Yep.
had obviously amazing attendance with Endeavor.
Yep.
We've had ambassadors come out of this location. We got a
Mhm.
lot of ambassador inquiries for this year
Yeah.
too, which just points to the culture and the amazing things happening here.
Yeah.
So as far as transitioning from a founding member into ownership, like what made you feel called? What was the maneuvers behind that?
Yeah. So my husband and I so I previously worked in medicine. And so I love what I do. I worked in orthopedics, and so body movement, bones, just the knowledge that I had from that, I loved it. We sort of looked like our 5-year plan from there and just knew that working in medicine was not the ideal future for our family. I've worked with people who were pregnant or afterwards, and we wanted to make sure that I could raise our kids, and not put them in daycare or anything like that. And nothing against it. We just knew that's the sort of the plan that we wanted. And so whether that was ownership or just me going into fitness full time, we got a really close connection with the previous owners, and then also talking to you a little bit, wanting to own a TRVFIT or some type of gym. And so we just sort of knew that God was calling us to help the community in some aspect, whether that was sticking with our what we love with fitness. My husband played soccer in college, and staying active, and then just knowing that when we took over, or whatever job that I had in the future, we wanted that I could bring our kids with it. And so I wouldn't have to work an 8 to 5. And he could be in here either on me or in our kids' room or just running around and have that lifestyle that we wanted to. So we had so many doors open that we felt like God was calling us, that we had to try and stuff.
Yes.
If we didn't try, we would have been kicking ourselves to like, what if this, what if that? So
Right.
lots of prayers, multiple more other doors opening, and so we sort
Yeah.
of just jumped right in with it.
Yeah, amazing. So shout out to Gary
Yeah.
as well. What does the dynamic look like? Because he does coach here. You
Yep.
guys are both uber involved. What does
Yeah.
the dynamic look like between the two of you guys as far as
So
ownership
he
goes?
does a lot, and
Yeah.
so much credit to him. He has a full-time job also. And so he right now currently he coaches most of our morning classes. So he'll wake up. He is not a morning person. He'll wake up, come to the 5:30. We'll sort of high five in the middle if I have a client at 7 or 8. And so he'll go to work at 8 and then come back at 5. And then he coaches some of our nighttime classes too. So it's a lot of like high fives back and forth and stuff.
Yeah.
And so we just know we gotta put our head down and get to work, and 6-9 months from now it's gonna be where we want it to be, and he'll be running around, and that's what our whole plan was.
Amazing. That's so cool to hear that backstory too.
Yeah.
Now seeing how special it is to have him
Yeah,
on the floor with you and
definitely.
making that work as well. So as far as the community goes, what kind of fun and exciting things are happening, have happened? What's going on in TRVFIT Southwest Grand Rapids?
Yeah, so we've had a ton of amazing members come in the past year. Some that last year was their first endeavor. And so it was fun. Obviously, our location being further out this way, they don't get to see all the locations. And so it was just sort of fun for them to see everything that's involved with it and the community aspect of it. We always talk about the community here, and we know that, or I personally know that some people don't have a community outside of the gym. And so this is their friend group here and stuff. And so just in the past 6 months, we've had so many new members coming in like each class time, to see their growth and their friendships develop with it too. So especially during this time, obviously, we had people do combine that I never thought that they would do combine before. We have some people doing prelims, and then endeavors coming up. So I think that they're all sort of just getting the hype
Amazing.
and stuff. And so they're super excited, and we're sort of as owners trying to secretly pair up teams already.
Yeah,
So we're
stack
coming
it
for
up.
it.
Let's go. Let's go. I love
Yeah.
that. And you mentioned something I heard where it was like you really caring about the community, and a lot of individuals don't have community outside this
Yeah.
facility. And I know that to be true with your heart. And there's a lot
Yep.
of things that you do outside of the gym as well,
Yep.
right? So we kind of jammed a little bit. It
Yeah.
sounds like you have a Bible study going on.
Yeah, so we joined where we wanted to do this gym, and in the back of our head, not in the back, more in the front of our head, we wanted to provide a facility, yes, to help people physically with their results. But as we know, we help people physically. The mental and emotional aspect comes in hand. But also, if people want it, to help someone spiritually also.
Mm.
We have this space, and so we're like, after our 6:30 or after our 5:30 class, it sits empty, so why not have a Bible study come? And so past like year or so, we've had some girls go through different studies, and we just kicked off another study, 6-week study. And so we just hang out for an hour and 15 minutes afterwards, going over video, devotionals, sharing life and struggles and how God leads us all through it. So right now our Bible study is on actually called The Struggle. And so we all have our different life paths that we've gone through. And so just knowing that we go to different class times, but that we're all connected in a way too. So it's
Wow.
been awesome.
That's so powerful.
Mhm,
I know.
mhm.
I think it's a good point to point out is like how much you guys genuinely care about people,
Mhm.
right? There's a lot of gyms that, say they have community and
Yeah.
they deliver a sweat, but you guys actually are in it and doing things above and beyond that.
Yeah.
So kudos and respect to you guys
Thanks.
for that. As far as what are you excited for? What's coming up for you?
Yeah, I think that we're just excited for the growth of the gym, numbers and members wise, but just like the results people are getting, and just the consistency that they're putting into work. Obviously, summertime comes, and so a lot of people on the west side, we all go camping and everything, but
Mm-hmm.
we just see the hard work that everyone's putting in, whether that's increasing their weights, encouraging people, just like those events coming up. We're always trying to connect with the community. We have a physical therapy clinic right on the side of this building. They're called Nova Care Physical Therapy, and so we always have clinics with them just to like bring the education standpoint that we can help people in the gym with their weights and their form, but it's the outside of you need to stretch, you need a foam roll, you need to do these things and stuff. And so we always bring that educational piece with it too. So we're excited about all those little clinics that we help out with too.
Yeah, that's huge. And just for individuals like wanting to come to work with
Yeah.
you personally, a very qualified head coach as well.
Mm-hmm.
You have a passion in nutrition
Yep.
as well.
Yeah.
How do you use that?
So I love nutrition and more helping on that side of things. We all hear it's 80-20
Right.
and stuff. So we can have people putting the work in the gym, lifting weights, but we all know if we're eating terrible outside the gym, he's cashed out.
There, nap time.
Oh, never mind. Never mind.
He
Back
heard
to the
you.
bottle.
He heard you.
And so my passion is just, I mainly work with women, but just to see, it's mostly telling people to eat more, to be
Mhm.
honest. We always have this culture of having a diet and needing to cut out certain things. But for me, I'm telling people you need to eat more food for the most part, or
Mhm.
need to eat more protein. And how can we make it into a lifestyle aspect of it? So I don't give meal plans. I help more with let's piecemeal like snacks and meals together. But how can you still enjoy your going out food and still getting your gains in the gym too along with it? So that's been my passion for the past couple years, and how to implement that with people at the gym and outside the gym also.
Yeah, I love that. And I'm looking at a board right now. I will let you know that this is the most stacked Winter 100 board I have
Okay.
seen at any location. So this is
Yeah.
I think this is a testament to your people.
We have one girl training for a half marathon, and so that's all of her tally marks. She needs a whole nother line. Yeah, they have been crushing it, and especially during the snowstorms that we've gotten, that did not slow down anybody.
Snow means go, baby.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I think a lot of them have dogs that love weather outside, and so the dogs are like, "Yes, we're going for walks." So no, they loved it. The past 3 months, they've been all crushing it.
Yeah, for those listening, we put out a Winter 100 challenge. We had a pretty crazy member. We love her, Kathy, put out the idea, and and this is some enrollment that I'm looking at. You
Yeah.
have a big stack, so if that shows anything about your
Yeah.
community, you guys got some dedicated hardcore cats out here.
Yeah.
So
They put in the
anybody
work.
worried about endeavors, watch out for Grand Rapids. Let's go.
We're getting our walking miles in, that's for sure.
So anybody, let's chat people in the area who
Yeah.
maybe haven't experienced this beautiful community and what you do. How would you tell them about this facility?
Yeah. One, I mean, we talk about it so much, is the community aspect of it. And I know that people come to the gym and a lot of times people are like, I don't need the community. It is what it is. You're gonna
Hmm.
buy into it and you're gonna love it.
Hmm.
Our morning crew is phenomenal. They're strong and mighty.
Yeah.
They're there every 5:30 a.m. They're crushing it. They're lifting heavy weights with it. I think that that's just the community aspect is what it is. It's the best part about it. Our 4:30 class is more of our young people class, and we have some hardcore guys that just are lifting heavy weights. But then we also have teachers at 4:30, and so we have an awesome group of teachers at different schools, and so it's cool to see them bond together. To be able to sort of bounce off ideas, see what's happening in their community along with it. And then personally, I love the 5:45 class. And we're just like,
That's PM?
yes,
Yeah, yeah.
yep, 5:45 p.m. class, and we like lifting heavy, but we like going slow.
Yep.
So we just take our time. We joke around. We're the sarcastic crew.
Yeah.
And then our 9 a.m. class are just more of, I would say like our middle higher age or our mom class and
Yeah.
stuff. So that class is fun. That's the class I always coach. And so it's just a fun group of people. But then also I love the strength portion of it. We all know that strength training is super important at every age. We have people in their 20s all the way up to their 70s. So my mom comes here. And so we all know that, yes, aesthetically, in appearance, we all want muscle, but then also when you're getting up to their 60s and 70s, your doctor's asking about your bone density scan and have you fallen? Have you had fractures? And for my mom to be like, no, I haven't. And I'm
Yeah.
actually gaining muscle and I'm maintaining my weight. Like that's what a doctor loves to hear. And that's what she loves to share all the time.
Yeah. How special is that too? Because I got to meet your mom for the first time in Endeavor last year. She's a very, very wonderful lady.
Yes.
How special is that she's a part of this facility, but not just to support you? It sounds like she genuinely loves
She
True
loves
Fit
it.
as well.
She loves it. She has a great group of friends here that she didn't know outside of the gym.
Yeah.
And she always says, she's like, I'll work out and do True Fit as long as I can. She's had some injuries this past year, but she's still coming. She came to the 9 a.m. class this morning.
I love it.
And she's just gaining muscle. Before my husband and I got married 4 years ago, she always worked out before. She probably worked out more than I did.
Oh, wow.
But now it's been more like the consistency of it and the weight training portion compared to just like walking or running and stuff. So she has that guidance with True Fit and she just loves to come and she's the encouraging face of the gym, to be honest.
Yeah.
Like I can do my coaching and I can be the person at the front desk, but it's my mom and it's the members that whenever someone new comes in, they're the ones that are like, hey, you're new? Let me show you what to do. Let me grab your equipment. Let me bring you along. I'm like, that's what we do here.
Yeah, that's powerful. Because what I heard a minute ago, for someone listening on the other side, I heard strength training and different types of classes going different paces that could have sounded intimidating.
Yep.
But I think that drilled back to the point of, if you are listening and if it does sound intimidating, this community is going to welcome you in just as hard as everybody else.
Yeah, we have people at, like I said, in their mid-20s all the way up to their 70s. You can break down a movement as simple as if it's a burpee, and everyone hates burpees, but you can break it down to taking a bench, doing a kick out on a bench, and then standing up. You don't have to go all the way to the ground. You don't have to do the jump in it, but it's the body movement that you're doing that you're all doing the same exercise and equipment. It just depends on your scale level of it.
Yeah, amazing. So if anybody's listening and they don't feel comfortable, maybe they're not just ready yet to hop into our group session. Do you offer any kind of private training or semi-private training?
Yeah, we do. So what we have people is we have them come in first for a consultation and we just sort of dig more into their goals and why they're their goals. So it could be, I want to lose weight. Well, why do you want to lose weight? Well, I want to fit into jeans. Okay, what size jeans? And be like very intentional and specific about it. And then also just more about like what your lifestyle is, what your nutrition, your sleep habits, how many days you get sick out of the year, to know what we're putting into the work. And then we just make a program right for them also. And then we do have private training also. So obviously your private training is going to be more specific on your goals, but also if you have injuries or aches or pains, we take that into account also, so that we can make a program. It's still going to be strength based, but how we can maximize what you are able to do, not what you're not able to do, into a program to keep you moving also.
Yeah. And something I've been excited to, I'm always seeing posts and so forth. Like, you didn't take that long after pregnancy to get back after fitness.
Nope.
And I don't want to say what I'm pointing towards is like all of the hats that you're
Yes.
wearing and all the things that you do, and you're still making time and intention. What's your
Yeah.
motivation behind that?
Now it's changed to family.
Yeah.
And it will switch for everybody. I think everyone's goal changes depending on what their life is.
Right.
But now it's just family. We want more time with Bryson than just the 2 hours at night. He goes to bed at 7, so we only have my husband only has maybe a few hours with him at nighttime. But I think I prioritized my fitness after my surgery, and you sort of prioritize your fitness after pregnancy also. So I was fortunate enough to be able to, I always said from probably when I was 18 years old, like, why are you working out right now? And in my head, I was like, well, when I get pregnant, I want to be able to work out. And everyone's
Let's
like,
go.
that's your goal. And I'm like, yes. Like, so I was able to work out. I worked out on the day of the night that my doctor called me and told me I needed to be induced.
All the way up into
Yep.
it. Yep.
So that was a surprise. But she called me. She's like, you need to go into the hospital tonight. And I literally just
You're
finished
like,
a workout.
can I finish my sweat first?
Yeah, I was like, if you looked
Can I
at
get
the
this last
camera,
rep in?
yeah, it was like I was on the ground in the back, like crying because I was like, no, I don't want to go in.
Yeah.
So, no, I think I just prioritize like how your body is so special and how God makes it move in a certain way. And to be able to be so strong as a woman and lift weights along with it. So my husband and myself, we want to stay healthy and active for him so that he can see, we have a kids room here, so that he can see mom and dad lifting weights and being strong and having that goal also for him too.
Yeah, that's incredible because I feel like I know you've heard this, and this is a common theme where a lot of parents do not feel comfortable to make the time for themselves. They almost feel guilty creating
Yes.
that. We don't call it even self-care. It's just general maintenance at
Yep.
some point, right?
Yeah.
So what would you say to those mothers and those parents that are like, I'd love to get started, but
Yeah.
I have to make sure my kids and show up for them and so forth.
Yeah. I would say you just need 45 minutes here.
Yeah.
That's all you need. I strap him on me when I'm coaching. So, if it's your kids, we have a playroom here. You can have your kids go in there while you're working out. You need to prioritize yourself because the 6 weeks or whatever that I wasn't able to work out afterwards, I was so stir crazy and not depression, but just like cranky and crabby and not myself. And as soon as I started to work out back again, I was able to actually like feel like myself again,
Yeah.
and be able to feel with the strength training, like feel strong and my body doesn't hurt as much. And just being able to see my body's not how it was before, but just being able to see some progress and some goals for yourself than just your everyday feeding him, going to work. You need some type of thing that you're working towards yourself.
Yeah. Do you think that overheard that your mom was always working out before TrueFit as well. Do you think that had an impact with you and your fitness with you?
Yeah, I think so. She would go, like, she loves swimming. And so she would go to a gym and she would be swimming and just doing more weight training wise. I was working out at another gym with it too, but she was not athletic.
Yeah.
Going out, she'll say it too. She was not the athletic person. I got my sports from my dad. But yeah, I think that just seeing her and her pushing herself, if I would get into a rut of myself not working out, but I see her being in her 60s,
Right.
having aches and pains also, like what's stopping me? Like what can my excuse be? Oh, I had a
Yeah.
kid. Okay, well my mom had 3.
Yeah.
What can my excuse be and stuff?
Yeah.
So and if I see her at the gym, then I'm like, well, I better be here too. So
Yeah. Well, how
Yeah.
cool is that like now that was something instilled in you generationally and obviously now
Exactly.
with Bryson as well. So any of those parents listening that have been maybe watching TrueFit and Far interested, it's like almost giving them permission to do it as well, right?
Yep.
So what else? Anything else you want to leave us with? I know we got to get a sweat in and you got a nap. Bryson's taking a nap here too, but as far as maybe a line out to anybody listening to this in your community, in your area, like how do they get started? What do you invite them to do? If they're nervous and on the edge, what would you say to them?
Yeah, I would just say that we just started out nice and easy. Like, just give us a call. we sit down here, we have a conversation, we just talk about you. We show you around the facility, we get you comfortable with the gym. I know just starting out at a new gym, even when I walked in, I didn't know this place. So stepping into a new facility is just so scary and unknown. But we just let you have your time. We talk, we have a conversation, we build a program for you. And then we just take that time to have those one-on-one sessions. And then if group is the right place for you, great. If you're not ready that, we just continue with personal training to be able to get you comfortable with the space, but also your body too, because these movements, you probably haven't done them before, let alone with weight. And so we just get you there at your own time, and but we're there coaching you along the way too.
Amazing. And I guess the last call out, anything you want to say to your community? Obviously, we got a lot of events coming up. We're rallying for some, but is there anything that you'd like to rally cry for your location? I'm sure they've heard it before, but.
Yeah, I would just say we're so excited this upcoming few months. As owners, we're very biased towards our community.
Of course.
And being on the west side.
West side.
Yes. And so we're super excited for Endeavor coming up. I think a lot of people, it will be their first Endeavor, but we've been just sprinkling it in their ear since January and more and more and more. And so we're trying to get that Raddest team going this year, and so maybe podium. So we're stacking.
You can take that maybe out. Yes. You don't gotta gaslight yourself.
We might stack a guy Raddest team and stack a girl Raddest team. So we're coming at you, and then we'll have our few rad teams too along with it too, which they always do phenomenal and just make it a blast too. So we're super excited, and we can't wait to just see the team event, because you bring a challenge, and our members are going to be there to step up with it too.
Okay, that's a shout out. So just want to take one more second, congratulate you on everything you're doing, especially all the plenty of hats that you're wearing in this beautiful community here too. So I think it's time to get that sweat in. So Kelsey, thank you so much for making the time.
Thank you. Thank you guys.
Whoa.